Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm Robin Zimmerman, along with Jonathan Haupt, who's the executive director of this fabulous Pat Conroy Literary Center. Jonathan, you have just finished the Pat Conroy Literary Festival.
That's right.
First weekend in November.
Yes.
Great success again. You added a few things more for the family.
We did. This was our 9th annual, which means the 10th annual is now within view. And we really wanted this year's event to be inclusive of a wider range of ages than we've had before. So we had a lot of very family-friendly programming, some young adult authors and children's picture book authors. And those events were really well received by the community.
Very good. Usually in December, the Pat Conroy Center is maybe a little slower, but we have 6 author events coming up, starting on December the 4th with a very interesting gentleman, Billy Douglas, who survived cancer. Right?
Billy is a stage 4 cancer survivor. He lives on Hilton Head, and he's written a really beautiful, spiritual, and humanistic memoir of his experiences with that. So he'll be here for what's technically his Beaufort book launch on that Wednesday on December 4th, 6 p.m., a little later than we typically do events, but it's going to be a really interesting conversation with Billy.
His book is called Hope is All I Have.
It's a beautiful title.
You were telling me that he actually died.
During surgery, he was deceased briefly and writes about that experience in the book too.
All right, so that's December the 4th, that Wednesday. Then on this program, we had Nancy Merrill, who wrote Elf Dust. We had a wonderful interview with her. She's got a couple of events. The first one's a book signing.
That's right. She's going to do an outdoor event, weather permitting, with us on Saturday, December 7th from 2 to 4, which is right before the boat parade happens in Beaufort. So folks who park this far out on Bladen Street will walk right past her. So it's a great opportunity for folks to pick up a book while they're here that evening.
So will that be out here?
In our parking lot, yes. In
That's
our
great.
courtyard, as we call it. It
It
sounds better than parking lot. But yes, that's been a popular location for book events, actually. It's worked out really well for us.
Because people park around and then they walk by.
It's very visible because of the park and proximity to Bay Street and everything else.
Okay,
Yeah.
who knew? Okay, very good. So then on Sunday the 8th, you have Jared Martin, The 30-Day Guide to Inner Peace. And I was looking at the book cover. It looks fascinating.
Jared Madison, I believe. Yes. I may have it wrong in your notes.
Madison.
Yes.
Okay.
Jared has been part of several programs that we've done, as is his mother. And this is really special for us to be able to promote his book. And so he'll be doing a book launch too, really the first large-scale event for a Beaufort audience for him as well.
Is he local?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big part of our writing community, so it's special for us to be able to help out our friends when they've got a book out.
It says it's a self-help book.
It is. It's a self-help book, and it's 30 days, so it's one thing you can do every day for a month. Some of them are very small and seem kind of simple, but collectively they add up to giving people a really calming sense of self-worth and identity. And a lot of people are anxious around the holidays and in general right now. So I think it's a good opportunity for the book.
Nice gift. It'd be a nice gift, wouldn't it, for Christmas? All right. And then we just jump over to Nancy again with Elf Dust, and she has open mic.
She is. So she'll be closing out our December open mic, which means leading up to her, we'll have maybe a dozen local authors reading from a range of different genres, poetry and nonfiction and fiction for 3 to 5 minutes each. Happens right in this room. It's a really wonderful, celebratory, eclectic mix to bring together.
Yeah, she said she'd never done it before, but she was really excited about it.
We very rarely have children's books for open mic, but I thought that book for the holidays would make a lot of sense, and we wanted to find a couple things we could do with it.
Okay, and then on Friday, December the 13th,
yes,
you have Where Dark Things Grow with novelist Andrew Clark.
Andrew used to live on Hilton Head, and he's been a big part of the writing community here. And for December 13th, we get super, super dark with an Appalachian Gothic horror story. And Andrew will be here in this room in conversation with Dana Ridenour, who is a former undercover FBI agent, now turned thriller writer. She's a big part of our Conroy Center family as well. Okay, well, so they'll be in conversation about it.
And that's at 5 o'clock.
Yes, 5 o'clock right here on Friday the 13th. Appropriate day for Gothic Appalachian horror.
That sounds really fascinating.
It's a little different than Elf Dust.
Right.
Yes.
And then we're going to close out the day before my birthday, December the 19th. My birthday's on the 20th.
We'll get you one for your birthday then.
The Good Bride.
So Jenry Wiggins, who is from Savannah now, but has lived in Florida as well, has a really twisty, wonderful murder mystery sort of books out on the Gulf Coast, The Good Bride, and we're excited. We've never worked with her before, so this will be our first time.
Okay, very good. And just for our viewers, you are open for tours or to, just visit the Pat Conroy
here
Center?
At the center, Thursday through Sunday, noon to 4. We'll be closed during part of the holidays, so by all means, check our website and Facebook page about that.
Because you need a little bit of a break.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Thank you, Jonathan Haupt, Executive Director of the Pat Conroy Literary Center, and we'll be right back with more North of the Broad. Don't go away.